The 6th event of Tour de Endurance in Season 5 marks a brand new event to this competition, and what I think will be one of my personal favorites of the season. The Holeshot Cross is here in Tour de Endurance. The Grayscales lead the way by several points over the rest of the field. It's really a battle for second place here. But in this brand new event, it's all to play for. Anyone can come out on top here. Heats of 8 in the Holeshot Cross will go down and try to avoid the holes and get to that green plate at the end. They'll get strikes if they fall in the holes or go off to either side, and if you have 2 strikes, you're out. Once we get down to 4 in each heat, they will advance to the final, where they battle it out for the gold.
And in the gold medal match, it is just, of course, the last marble standing. We go from 8 down to 1 in the final, whereas it's just 8 to 4 in the heats. And there you see as the autumn leaves plunge on through in the whole shot, and that is what the grey plate, the dangers the grey plate can bring, as the breakfast burritos cannot make it over it. And that is where the autumn leaves came on through. These replayers are going to show some very interesting interactions in the chaos with these marbles, and they did reach the green plate, but they did not stick the landing. You have to stick the landing for it to count, and marked in yellow, autumn leaves and ash rises, they have a strike. Stargazers and breakfast burritos in the green still, meaning they have 0, and if you have red, that means you have 2. So keep those colours in mind when we get into the heats of 8 later on. And almost everyone cleared it in the pre-show there, but autumn leaves just came off to the side, and that would be their second strike, and they would be eliminated.
Yeah, you can see the holes in the quadrilla blocks. These blocks haven't really been seen in the competition before in Tour de Endurance, so different challenge for these marbles. Those holes aren't just a danger of falling through it. You can also get tripped up and go off to either side. That's what we saw with the autumn leaves in that expedition pre-show. But here, for heat 1 in round 1, Rosemary's down to the Citrus Sprinters for the first ever iteration of Holeshot Cross here, and off they go. Rosemary's will lead the way. It's a snake in the funnel here as they go down and then split in the blocks, and marbles going all over the place here. Many of them will reach the green plate. Citrus Sprinters touched it, but will go off to the near side. I don't think that'll count. I think one of the marbles did fall in, and that's the Rosemary's, falling on that green block on the far side. So both them and the Citrus Sprinters will get their first strike here in round 1.
And look at the path taken by the Citrus Sprinters. 2, 3 close calls on the way down, and then just can't stick the landing at the very end, crawling over the green plate. We saw the Rosemary's come on through from leading the pack straight away, and those 2 at the back now, because Rosemary's, the person at the front will shuffle to the back from each round, so those 2 at the back have a strike. Everybody else is clean for now as we come down in round 2. These opening 8 marble rounds are always full of chaos, you can imagine. But looking at this here, everyone's made it through round 2. No strikes given out at all here, as somehow all 8 marbles in that chaos, all party crashes look to have come close, but all of them made it past round 2, and we move on to round 3 with no changes.
Look at the party crashers getting tripped up by those holes, getting launched off to the far side, but did manage to make it to the end. That's great. Great recovery from their captain Intruder. But everyone's still in here in round 3. 2 marbles down to 1 strike from the first round, but the other 6 all have 2 strikes in hand, and off they go here. Party crashers looking to get out in front, but the absolute chaos here in this third round. Only 3 marbles will make it to the end. The party crashers, Team Sunrise, I think that is, and one of the other marbles. But here, 5 marbles getting a strike here, and for the Rosemary's, it is their second. They will be out here in round 3.
Let's have a look at the Chaos, the Cheese Balls, and I believe that was the Rosemary's and the White Knights. Both came through the same gap. Grayscales here. Taken out by the Party Crashers, and the Honeycombs taking too far to the near side, coming off of the whole shot, and can't stick the landing, just like what we saw with the Citrus Sprinters in round 1. And now only 2 teams, Party Crashers and Team Sunrise, have 0 strikes. Everybody else, if they fail now, they're out of it. So look out for Party Crashers and Sunrise to fall on through, and anybody else falling through would just be eliminated. White Knights leading the way in round 3 here. They clear it. I think I saw Party Crashers and Cheese Balls come on through. No, that wasn't Cheese Balls, sorry. It was the Honeycombs who have a strike. They will be eliminated in this round. But the Party Crashers, they will get their first one. So now it's just Team Sunrise with no strikes, and the Honeycombs will be the second to be eliminated in Heat 1.
The Honeycombs in the last possible hole they could have fell through, and so did the Party Crashers. The Party Crashers did have 2 strikes in hand, that early advantage coming in clutch for them. But Team Sunrise is now the only marble with 2 strikes in hand. The other 5 marbles here have 1, so they're down to their last chance, but still only 6 marbles remaining, so only 2 from here won't advance here. Cheese Balls and Citrus and Party Crashers getting out in front, but is that everyone? No, I don't think the Grayscales made it, and Team Sunrise right on the edge. They will be counted as a pass. Close shave for Team Sunrise. Meanwhile, 4 other marbles have made it, but the Grayscales falling in one of those holes there on the far side, they are done. It's another event where they're going to get a bottom half result here, and we are down to just 5 in this first heat.
Oh, look at that contact between Party Crashers and the Cheese Balls, and Party Crashers again almost taking out Team Sunrise there, who just managed to slip in halfway across the line. That will count, of course, for Team Sunrise, but Party Crashers have taken out the Grayscales in round 2, and have now almost taken out Sunrise and Cheese Balls here. They're out for blood in the first heat here, and it is just the Team Sunrise who don't have a strike, but they do fall on through here. It is 1 marble to go. The Cheese Balls come off on the far side of the grey plate, and that will be our 4 to advance, will be the Citrus Sprinters, who went out in round 1 and stuck around to the end. Well done to Mellow. Aurora, Halberd, and Intruder will also advance. Let's have a look at the close-up replays of that. There's Sunrise just plunging on through. They're lucky that someone else that already got a strike made it, and a horrible impact with the grey plate there by the Cheese Balls. Pretty much doomed them to the far side. And those will be our 4 to advance as we look to Heat 2 now. Team Mayhem's Turmoil down to the captain of the Croissant crew.
And off they go here. Now seeing the first heat do it. We'll see if those similar strategies of contact will be made in the second heat. A lot of marbles on the far side here, and I count 5 that have made it. That means 3 will not. We'll see which ones they are. I don't see the Croissant crew. They are done here in the first strike here. So are the Crystal Pistols, gold medalists of the last event. Popsicles with their captain also done here. Those 3 marbles will get their first strike here. How did this transpire? Oh, getting in those holes on the far side. I think that was the Crystal Pistols falling on through. But still a chance here in the second round.
And Croissant crew came off completely off camera. They fell so far behind at the back of the pack, they just we didn't see it at all, but they fell on through one of the very earlier holes. Popsicles now pulling far away in the second round here, and they come straight on through, and they're already out with their second strike. Croissant crew have come off as well. That's also their second strike. In just heat round 2, you've already lost 2 marbles to 2 strikes. Popsicles there, they came on through. How many cleared in the end? The Chickens also came on through, and the Crystal Pistols, they cleared it, sorry. But we had 4 or 5 marbles with Team Mayhem's late arrival clearing the gap. Popsicles and Croissant crew are both out. That's where Popsicles fell on through. And look at the madness. Croissant crew, I think, let's have a look at this. They get a close call there, and it throws off their line, and they fall off the green plate. Unlucky for the Croissant crew and Team Mayhem there with a close call. No wonder they were slow to the finish line, but they got the job done and still have no strikes, as do Marauders, Blue Brigade, and Lagoon Platoon. Chickens and Crystal Pistols on thin ice compared to everybody else.
So down to just 6 in this heat here. Lagoon Platoon well out at front, trying to make it to the end without any contact. We have a couple falling in the holes. I think the Crystal Pistols are done. They've gotten their second strike. Crazy Chickens as well. Those 2 are going to be done here, and they're getting their second strikes. Gallo and Paragon are done, and we have our 4 advances. Lagoon Platoon, Blue Brigade, Marauders, and Team Mayhem will advance on to the final. Oh, on the far side, really seems to be catching out a lot of the marbles here. Cut out the Crazy Chickens and the Crystal Pistols, and none of the non-advancers in the second heat managed to get very far at all, just to the third round. So the first heat particularly stronger, and on we are here to the finals. Straight sudden death until we get to 1 marble, last marble standing.
Team Sunrise leading the pack, and the White Knights at the back. Everybody in the second heat got through the heats without any strikes, which is impressive in of itself. And down they plunge in the first round of the final. I'm seeing 6, 7 marbles. They all come across the line. The only one I'm not seeing there is Turmoil from Team Mayhem. They fell on through from the 3rd starting position. They will be the only marble so far to have a strike, and they just got thrown into the middle of the pit, into the mosh pit straight away, and couldn't escape despite several attempts to avoid the gaps. Let's have a look here. There's one close call, and it just sent them straight into another gap. And some other close calls. The Good Platoon and the Blue Brigade toward the end of the field had a bit of trouble, but they're able to keep it clean and get to the end. Only Turmoil so far has a strike.
I mean, I got to mention, but 5 reserves in this event in the final here. A lot of teams electing to choose a non-experienced member for this new event here. But off we go here. Many marbles have fallen in the holes. Only 4 will make it to the end. That's the Blue Brigade, Citrus Sprinters, Marauders, and Lagoon Platoon. So we'll see how it is here. Team Mayhem falling in one of those holes. Oh, the last possible one. Party Crashers, White Knights, and Team Sunrise have also got their first strike here. Contact between Party Crashers and Lagoon Platoon. Party Crashers arrested their momentum. Team Sunrise and White Knights also fell on those green blocks higher up the course. That's not good for them. So many teams are down to just 1 strike, 1 life left here. While Marauders, Lagoon Platoon, Blue Brigade, and Citrus Sprinters still have 2 strikes in hand.
Yes, it's starting to really heat up now in round 3 as Marauders and Party Crashers are quick to the field and they should both clear it. There's some chaos toward the back of the field, but only one marble falls on through. I can't quite tell who it is. I think the White Knights. Yes, it was the White Knights who I believe already had a strike. I'm just waiting for the graphic to confirm. Yes, it is. Halberd will be our second marble eliminated and they will get 7th place, but still those 4 in the green yet to get a strike, but a pretty clean run by most marbles here. Lagoon Platoon and Team Sunrise there with an extremely close call, and Citrus Sprinters cutting it close in one of the final gaps as well. And now Party Crashers will lead with just 6 to go. Everybody here will get a double-digit point finish, but only 3 of them, only half of them will get on that podium. Party Crashers and Sunrise have strikes, everybody else still 2 in hand. Down they come in round 4. So the Crashers leading it, they've come on through, they will be out. I'm seeing was that Marauders and Citrus Sprinters to come on through for their first strikes. So we will have 5 left, and I believe Blue Brigade and Lagoon Platoon, yes, there you see, they will have no strikes. Well, the other 3 at the bottom will have 1 strike, and Party Crashers, 6th place, they are out.
And Party Crashers, they've had some great recoveries in this event before, in the heat and in this final, but they are done in 6th place, 10 points for them. Now, Blue Brigade, Team Sunrise, Citrus Sprinters, Marauders, and Lagoon Platoon. Brigade and Platoon, the only teams with 2 strikes in hand. They're going to go to the next round no matter what, but we'll see if the other teams can hold on in this round. Blue Brigade will lead the field here. They are gone. Everyone's gone except for, is that Marauders? I think Marauders are the only ones that will be alive here in this 5th round, and Citrus Sprinters and Team Sunrise have got their 2nd strike. They are done. That means we have our podium. Blue Brigade, Marauders, and Lagoon Platoon, that is. They are going to be our podium. The question is, in what order?
And then it's 2 reserve. There's Team Sunrise getting it right toward the end and just falling off at the very end of that grey beam. 2 reserves among these finalists: Prowler, Blue Daisy, and Shoal. What a final we have here to decide the medals. Of course, these 3 will all get a medal, but as for the order, we're going to find out now. All 3 of them on a strike, so it is literally going to go down to, if you go out, you are gone. All 3 of them clear the whole shot and get across the grey plate. We will move on to, I believe, round 7 or 8. I've lost count. It's getting too exciting. Marauders, and they all took the near side. Lagoon Platoon they got a bit close to the last gap, but they're able to push through as Blue Brigade shuffle to the front for the next round. Lagoon Platoon and Marauders at the back. No, all 3 of them, of course, on 1 strike. They have to keep it clean now.
And off they go here. 1 marble is gone. That's the Lagoon Platoon. They're going to get the bronze. These marbles are going to go as far as they can in this event until we have 1 winner. Lagoon Platoon with Shoal gave it their best effort. They are done though. Lagoon Platoon will get the bronze, another medal for them, but it's going to be a showdown between Marauders and the Blue Brigade for the gold here in the Holeshot Cross. It's really sudden death now. Round 8 here, Marauders will lead the way here. Can they do it here ahead of the Blue Brigade? The Blue Brigade, they're on opposite sides here, but both of them will get to the green plate. Both of them will advance, we'll swap them over and go again until we have 1 winner.
I can feel this going down to the wire. The Blue Brigade will, of course, lead round 9. They line up there in front of the fans. It's going to go down to the, God knows how many, we could be here all day as far as I'm concerned, but Blue Daisy and Prowler, 2 reserves, will top 2 this event. The order still set in stone. Blue Daisy now leading Prowler into the event. Blue Daisy struggles a little bit and Prowler rockets past, but they both clear it again. We're going into double-digit rounds now with round 10 next. Look at the Blue Brigade though, 1 near miss, followed by a second one right toward the end of the beam. Marauders had 0 trouble at all, and now we move on to round 10. Straight back up to it as Prowler leads this time.
The Blue Brigade came so close to the near side, falling off here. Blue Brigade, a lot of speed here on the near side. They will clear it, and so will the Marauders, taking their time a little bit for the Marauders compared to the Blue Brigade, shooting out like a cannon from the initial quadrilla block. But both of them will advance to round, I think, 11 now. And they're just going to go again. Until we have 1 winner, we're going to do this over and over. Now, Blue Brigade in front. Can they get to the green plate? Marauders, oh, Blue Brigade off to the far side, and they are done. Marauders will capture gold. It happened faster than I could mention it. Here's the Marauders coming on to the far side, maybe pressuring the Blue Brigade a little bit. Blue Brigade fall off to the far side, and they will settle for the silver. Prowler, the reserve member of the Marauders, captures gold for the defending champions in a brand new event here in Tour de Endurance. So after event 6, the Grayscales hold the lead, but Marauders jump 10 spots into second place. White Knights also jumped to third, and it's the Croissant Crew and the Crystal Pistols rounding out the top 5. It's a double champion top 2 here in Season 5. And after this, we will go back to our roots here in the Funnel Classic for the third event of the B-League.